to VIVA Online. My name is Dani and this is Mila, and today I'm taking us through a postpartum class, a little bit of all body. If you have a band at home, grab it. I'm using extra light. If you don't have a band, doesn't matter because everything I do you can do without a band. Feet are about hip distance apart to start with. Let's start rolling out those shoulders. Big shoulder rolls because we do start to get a lot of tension through the traps and the neck. So forward, up, back, down, all the way. Forward, up, back, down. Big circles. So if you're following along with me, it means that you are 6 weeks or more postpartum and you have gotten the all clear from your doctor that you're allowed to do some light exercise. I will make sure that I always give a beginner option and a little bit of a harder option if you're up for it. Don't do it if you're not up for it. Shoulders down and back. Tucking the chin to your chest. Slowly peeling down, one vertebrae at a time. Let's just peel down nice and slow, all the way down to the bottom. Hold it here. So just hang here for a moment for me, ladies. I want you to be folded over at the hips. You've got a slight bend in your knees. All the blood is flowing down to the crown of your head and your fingertips. Just relax here for a moment. Nice deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. You have a slight bend in the back of your knees. With the exhale, can you get a little lower? Stretch out those hamstrings. One more deep breath. And slowly peeling up, one vertebrae at a time. All the way up. Stacking that spine. The head is the last thing to come up. And roll those shoulders. Well done. Let's start with our parallel squat. Inhale to lower down. Press through the heels. Exhale, squeeze to lift. Inhale, exhale. Let's talk about our pelvic floor a little. So we want to think about zipping up through that pelvic floor. So squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. If you're early postpartum, your squat may be like this. That is absolutely fine. No worries at all. You're still moving. You're still getting some movement in that body. Eventually you'll be coming all the way down, but for now, just stay where you are. Ladies, if at any point you need to go tend to your baby, that is absolutely fine. I may have to in today's class. I may have to grab her, but I'll keep cueing you through the exercises, so you don't need to stop. I'll just look after her while you continue going. If at home you need to tend to your baby, pause me and then come back whenever you're ready. It can take you all day to get through this one workout, but that's no worries at all. At least you're moving the body. Press the heels. We've got about 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to add this left leg, lifting the left leg to the side. Press the heels in, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes. Adding the left leg in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift, squeeze, hold, lower. Lift, squeeze, hold, lower. So notice that I'm not swinging it. It's a lift, squeeze, hold, lower. Lift. Slow and controlled. Pressing through the heels. Exhale, lift and squeeze. All about that control. There is a slight lean just so that I can get my balance, but I don't want you to do this. It's not all the way over. Try to stand tall, squeeze, lower down. Press through that heel. The right leg is balancing you. The right leg is keeping you steady. Squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 10 more seconds here till we hold it up. Squeeze. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's lift and hold. Press and hold, pulse it at the top. Our right leg has a slight little bend in the knee. It's not locked out, so give it a slight bend, but make sure your knee doesn't fall in. You need it to press out and track between the first toe and the second toe. Press that knee out a little more. Find your balance, squeeze, control, a little higher. Keep breathing. For 5, we've got this. For 4, flex the toe. For 3, 2, back to our parallel squats. Let's go. Down and up. Squeeze, down and up. Squeeze the glutes, full range. Breathe, squeeze. Hello, darling, you're awake now, are you? Let's hope she behaves for the rest of the class. Squeezing the glutes. Inhale, exhale, press the heels. We're gonna go into the right leg in 3, 2, 1. Right leg, so lower, squeeze, lift, find your balance. Lower, lift, squeeze. Lower, lift, squeeze. Control. The toes are flexed. We're trying not to lean over too much. Breathe. Control. Press that heel in. Controlling it, squeezing it. Good, nice and steady. 10 more seconds here till we hold it all the way up. Breathe. In 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Find your balance, flex the right toes. Left leg has that micro bend. Try not to lock it out. Core on, squeeze a little higher. Stabilize at that left leg. Breathe, we've got this. A little higher. Let's go for 5, keep squeezing. For 4, for 3, 2, 1, lower down. Let's take a lay down on our back. Band comes up a little higher around the knees. If you don't have the band, it doesn't matter. Lower down. Feet are about hip distance apart. Let's just do a couple of arches through the spine, lifting your back off the mat so you have that space. Then tuck the tailbone, imprint again. Arch, imprint. Arch, imprint. One more, big arch, stretch it out, tuck it, imprint it, leave it nice and flat there. Let's come up into our bridge. So peel the tailbone off, 1 vertebrae at a time, lift your hips, squeeze and hold. Back is flat, our ribs do not flare. So tuck them under, push the heels in, lower halfway, lift it up, lower, lift. If this is challenging enough for you today, you're gonna stay here. If you wanna make it a little bit harder today, press your knees out to the side and keep them open the whole time. So I know it's only a light band, but if you press your knees out to the side the whole time and squeeze them out to the side the whole time, you should start to feel a little bit more tension in the glutes. Focus on pressing your heels into the mat. So the toes are relatively light. You're really squeezing the glutes to lift all the way up. So lifting those hips. Ribs stay down. Exhale. Exhale. Breathe. If you need to rest at any point, remember just to peel down 1 vertebrae at a time, have a little rest at the bottom, and then you can join back in. Otherwise, let's lift. Remember, those who need it a little easier, your knees are about hip distance apart. Those who want it a little harder, your knees are pressing against the band, lifting it up. We have 10 more seconds here until we hold it all the way up. Press the heels in, squeeze the glutes. Holding it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. Everybody, open your knees as wide as you can so your knees are all the way out to the side, ribs are melted, little pulses with the knees. So I don't want you coming all the way in. It's not a bouncing movement out and in. Your knees are wide and you're just pulsing all the way out. So at the moment, you should be on the sort of edges of your feet, pressing the heels in, squeezing those knees out. How high can we lift those hips? Squeeze the glutes, ribs melted. Squeeze your butt cheeks together as much as you can. Engage, engage, squeeze it. Let's go for 5, lift it up. For 4, keep squeezing. For 3, 2, 1, bring it together, lower down. Well done. Roll onto your right hand side. Once we're on our right hand side here, your heels are together, lift your bottom waistline, let's lift that top knee, hold it, squeeze your heels together, lower down, lift and hold, lower down, lift, lower, lift, lower. Okay, sucking that belly button in, keeping that bottom waistline lifted up off the mat. Make sure your top hip's not rocking and rolling all over the place. Keep it stacked, squeeze, lower, lift, lower. Now, our top knee never rests down the bottom. So it can get close, but then we lift straight back up again. Lower, lift straight back up again. Core is strong, squeeze. Use your breath, exhale. We're gonna hold it all the way up the top in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold. Hold it, check your hips are stacked, little pulses. Squeeze, squeeze, breathe, exhale, exhale, exhale. Lift a little higher, resist the band, pull it, just the top. 10 seconds to go, squeeze. Lift it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. You can leave the band where it is, just roll onto your belly for me. Now, it's not going to feel good if you have your chest all the way down, particularly if you are breastfeeding, because your breasts can be engorged. Trust me, I know. So we're going to keep our hands underneath our chest for now. However, back work is really, really, really important while we're breastfeeding. We really need to look after that back. Obviously, during pregnancy, you didn't do any exercises like this, so that's why we want to slowly start to reintroduce this. Hands are just beside your chest for now. Let's do a little stretch. Press the palms into the ground. Eyeline forward, lift your chest, hold. Lower down. Press your palms, eyeline forward, lift your chest, hold. It's not eyeline up. I'm not cueing eyeline up. Eyeline forward, lower down. Again, press your palms, lift your chest, squeeze your glutes, hold, lower down. All right, let's go again. Lift and hold all the way up the top this time. Lift your legs. So you're squeezing your glutes and you're pushing your pubic bone into the mat. So really press that pubic bone all the way in. Lift your legs, lift your chest. Lift your legs, lift your chest. Legs, chest, legs, chest. Squeeze, breathe. So it's an exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Try to keep your chest lifted up off the mat so we're not squishing your boobies into the mat. The less you press your palms into the mat, the more work your back will have to do. So if you're feeling like this is really hard, use the hands to help you a little, that's fine. If you're thinking that you can challenge yourself a little more, hands come off the mat, just work the back. Squeeze, chest, legs, chest, legs. Point your toes, chest, legs. 10 more seconds, chest, legs. Exhale. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your left hand side. Band should still be around our knees. Heels are in line with our spine. Lift your bottom waistline. Exhale, lift, squeeze, hold. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Use your breath here. So we're squeezing those heels together and we're keeping the heels together nice and tight. There's no rest of the knee at the bottom. Gets close, we lift it straight back up. Lower, lift. Check that your hips are staying nice and steady for me. And remember to breathe. So exhale, inhale, squeeze it up, breathe. Core stays strong, stabilize those hips. Holding it up in 5, keep squeezing, no rest at the bottom. In 4, keep pressing. In 3, you've got to resist that band. 2, hold it. Let's pulse. Squeeze your heels together. Imagine you're holding a piece of paper between those heels. Resist the band. Press, press. Keep the core engaged. squeeze, squeeze, breathe. Can we go a little higher? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Taking that band off for me. Finding a comfortable position. I like sitting on my knees. If you want to sit cross-legged, you're welcome to do so. We've got to do a little bit of back work here, so bow and arrow, holding your band. Roll the shoulders down and back, straighten the left arm all the way out. We're going to squeeze the right elbow back, engage between the shoulder bands, release. Squeeze, release, squeeze. So, ribs are melted. We're not arching. Our back stays up nice and tall. Squeeze it back. Exhale, inhale. So really think about keeping the shoulders down and back, keeping that rib and hip connection, and getting that elbow all the way back. We're going to pulse it soon, so squeeze. Get the posture correct, get the movement down pat. I know it may seem light, but get that elbow back, squeeze the right shoulder blade. We're going to hold it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze it back and hold. Hold, pulse, elbow back, shoulders down. Think about the right shoulder blade, squeezing, breathing, exhale, exhale, control. Nice deep breaths, control, elbow back a little bit more, squeeze. Let's go for 5, get it back. For 4, a little back, come on. For 3, 2, 1, releasing there, roll onto your back. All right, a little bit of core work here, so there'll be a few different levels. Level 1, we're just gonna bring one leg up, down, one leg up, down. Level 2, both legs up, lower, down, lift, down, lift. Level 3, hands behind your head, lift your chest, lower, lift. Alrighty, so the levels all depend on how your separation is and how much separation you had. Most women get separation, so it's completely normal. If you have got some separation, I want you just to stay at level 1 for now. If you don't have much separation, if it feels okay, you can go to level 2. If you're quite far past your postpartum, you can go to level 3, but what I want everyone to do is to pop their fingertips onto their belly so that you can see if you have any bulging in the center. If you have some bulging in the center, go back to level 1 for me. Oh, keeping you awake, are we, darling? Imprint your lower back for me, so keep that spine pressed into the mat and slow your legs down, nice and slow and controlled. So always using our breath. If you're doing level 3 and your hands are behind your head, your shoulder blades are lifted, have a quick look down to your core and just make sure it's not lifting up. We want it to be nice and flat the whole time. Keep squeezing. We've just got a small little core section today because I do want to get back into those arms. So control the movement, slow and steady. Lower the toe, lift the toe. That's how slow. Lower the toe, lift the toe. Slow it down. How's your back? Imprint the back, suck the belly button in. Lower the toe, lift the toe. Slow and controlled. Lower and lift. Good. 10 more seconds here. Slow and controlled. Squeezing through the core, nice and steady. Slow. Let's go for another 5. Nice and slow. For 4, keep squeezing. For 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Let's do the arms on the other side. So, grabbing your band, rolling your shoulders down and back, arms out. Right arm stays forward, left arm squeeze back and forward. Back and forward. Good. So, we want to this time get the left elbow all the way back. Shoulders stay down and back. We're not coming up. We really need to keep them down. Think about getting that left shoulder blade all the way back. I know it feels easy for now. We're going to get the form down pat, get the movement down pat. If you really think hard about the left shoulder blade, you can actually work it correctly. So squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Think about it. Keep those shoulders down and back. Breathe. 10 more seconds till we hold it all the way back. Think about the form. You're not overarching through your lower back. Hey, little missy. We're gonna hold it all the way back in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back, eyes up, pulse. Left elbow back, squeeze it back, squeeze it back. Think about squeezing the left shoulder blade towards the right. Engage, engage. Think about that muscle, squeeze. Breathe, a little bit further back. Good, keep squeezing. Get it back a little bit more. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Rolling those shoulders out. Let's interlace those hands, push them forward. Arch your back so that you're separating your shoulder blades. So just then I was asking you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now I'm asking you to go the other way. So really stretch it out, push the back all the way. And other way, eyes up, chest forward, stretch. And releasing there. My name is Dani, this is Mila. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I will see you next time.